Shalom, 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 angelic family and Gentiles. Just coming with a short video today. We're going to look at Ophiucus. Now, I don't have a lot of commentary for this. I have tons and tons and tons of questions. So, this is something that I'm putting out there for you guys to look at because I know some of you have studied this area of sciences a lot more than I have. I've studied a lot of areas of the sciences, but this astronomy, astrology, I'm more into this astronomical portion of it than the astrology. So I'm going to put this out there for you guys. I know Thea Spiritual Light is into this, so I'm going to throw this out there because I've had some questions about the 13 moons, which is the 13 months, um, the Zodiac 13, and then I really had a question today when I was reading something on Wikipedia. Now, I'm not a huge Wikipedia fan at all, but it raised some more questions for me. So let's get into this. Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976, fair use is invoked for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute when an otherwise infringement may occur. Usage is for nonprofit educational purposes tips the balance in favor of fair use. Okay, so I told you guys I'm not big on Wikipedia, but I was reading some information. I was trying to find some information about Ophiucus, and so this Wikipedia article popped up. So Ophiucus is a large constellation straddling the celestial equator. Its name comes from the ancient Greek meaning serpent bearer, and it is commonly represented as a man grasping a snake. The serpent is represented by the constellation Serpens. Ophiucus was one of the 48 constellations listed in the second century, listed by the second century astronomer Ptolemy, and it remains one of the 88 modern constellations. An old alternative name for the constellation was Serpentarius. Okay, so I looked at this, with the man grasping a snake, but there's a difference between a snake and a serpent. So the ancient Greek said it was the serpent bearer. But we know based on serpents, it's about wisdom. Why would the man be grabbing wisdom? Is he trying to get some wisdom? Because we know, a lot of them don't. And especially this patriarchal system that's in place right now. So I have questions. I'm not giving any answers, so don't look for any from me because I have questions. Now, Ophiucus is a large constellation, right? Because this is what it says. However, it's not listed. And it straddles the celestial equator. Okay? Now it says Ophiucus lies between Aquila, Serpens, Scorpius, Sagittarius, and Hercules, northwest of the center of the Milky Way. The southern part lies between Scorpius to the west and Sagittarius to the east. In the northern hemisphere, it is visible in summer, and it is opposite of Orion. Ophiucus is depicted as a man grasping the serpent. The interposition of his body divides the snake constellation Serpens into two parts, Serpens caput and Serpens cauda. Okay, so and it straddles the equator with the majority of its area lying in the southern hemisphere. Okay, why isn't it listed as one of the 12 astronomical zodiacal signs? Why is it not listed? So this is what really, you know, just the bells and whistles. I've been going on about this Ophiucus thing for a few months now, but I haven't really said anything. But the bells and whistles keep going off, okay? Ophiucus is one of the 13 constellations that cross the ecliptic, okay? Ecliptic. It has sometimes been suggested as the 13th sign of the zodiac. But listen to this. However, this confuses zodiac or astrological signs with constellations. The signs of the zodiac are a 12-fold division of the ecliptic, so that each sign spans 30 degrees of celestial longitude, approximately the distance the sun travels in a month. And in Western tradition are aligned with the seasons so that the March equinox always falls on the boundary between Pisces and Aries. Huh? Okay. Okay, I'm going to keep reading because, okay. Constellations, on the other hand, are unequal in size and are based on the positions of the stars. The constellations of the zodiac have only a loose association with the signs of the zodiac and do not in general coincide with them. In Western astrology, the constellation of Aquarius, for example, corresponds to the sign of Pisces. See, this is breaking it down into this westernized thing. I got a lot of questions. I'm just going to put it out here. Similarly, the constellation of Ophiucus occupies most 29 November through 18 December of the sign of Sagittarius, 23 November to 21 December. The differences are due to the fact that the time of year that the sun passes through a particular zodiac constellation's position has slowly changed because of the precession of the Earth's rotational axis over the centuries from which the Babylonians originally developed the zodiac. Okay, okay. I get change. I do. But I keep thinking that this is the reason that there's missing time with this age of Aquarius thing, okay? I had something else I want to show you guys. I'm not giving any answers in this one. Somebody else has to answer these questions because something is off. The patriarchal has thrown something off, and I believe it has to do with the matriarch. Okay, let's keep moving. So now we have the galactic zodiac. Okay, so which kind of made me think that based on what was said, Wikipedia said about the difference being due to the fact that the year the sun passes through a particular zodiac constellation change because the precession of Earth's rotational axis over the centuries from when the Babylonians originally developed the zodiac. But I'm thinking when it's talking about this rotational axis, my feelings or my what I'm getting based on this axis thing is not, I don't know, it has to do more with polarity. But I'm not going to go into that here, but I'm thinking maybe with this galactic zodiac, it's more in line with what's happening with the Earth changes now, in that um, Ophiucus is going to come into play because where you look at the bottom, it has the fetal cells, the tailbone. Does that have to do now with the births that are coming into play now? Because it's talking about the cranial sacral axis. I'm not going to talk about that right now. The solar sacrum and kundalini. So, and the base of the brain is the golden chalice, lunar solar transfiguration. So, all of that has to do with the changes that are occurring on the planet now. And so, is that now going to bring in Ophiucus? Is it the reason that the time is off? Is it the reason that they changed to from the 13 moon, 13 month um, spiritual cycle to this Gregorian calendar, that has nothing to do with spirituality because they saw that these changes were coming about? Is this the reason that they, you know, kept changing the calendar? Because I was reading today, in the past, they knew that there was um, that there was a day period and a night period instead of 24 hours in a day. So all of that has changed, based on the changes that was made. So now I'm just wondering if this has a lot to do with why they made the changes that they made. And I really want to do that shout out again to Asiana Dean, for their hard work because, it was her work that more than a year ago that start me, put me on this path. And I've been thinking about this. And then when I saw this Wikipedia article, it's like, wow, this is something that just won't go away. And so I wanted to show you guys something else. I know that some of you have had your birth charts done, your read, and based on a lot of the times and all of these things that's happened. But what you're looking at here, is I just found this a few days ago and I was going to post it, but then I said, no, I really don't like to cause confusion. But after I saw what Wikipedia had, I kind of felt like it was time to put it out here. But you guys look at the dates and the galactic zodiac. Look at the dates and look at the fact that ether is in here and it's not on the Gregorian one. Now, this may be the reason that some have had issues or problems with their chart and things not working out the way you thought it should, or based on what you have read, because the changes have been so significant with regard to what the patriarchal did and that they put out there that it's caused a lot of confusion. So I have not had my chart read, but it's for a reason, that I cannot put out on the Ethernet, okay? And so, but I know that there have been changes that have happened along the way, so that it hasn't really made a difference in my life, to have one. But because the biggest thing is to know thyself, and you have to know yourself, and based on what I've learned, I've worked around some of the things that have caused me not to be able to use, the mechanisms that have been put out there, and it's worked out pretty good. But I wanted to put this out, for the nation because those of you who are doing this work and helping others, this may help you. This may be a reason that some things are not coming up the way they should be. The times are off. The Gregorian calendar threw a lot of things off, the lunar solar calendar and all that. It threw things off, and this may be the reason. And so I'm providing this information with a lot of questions. I have so many questions. I have some answers, but I'm not putting them out there. I need you guys to just look at this for yourselves and to go through it and see if you can come up with some answers, because I know that the days are off. This whole age of Aquarius thing, the days have been off. I think I said that in another video, that the days were off, that they weren't matching up. And I have, because I had reason to believe that. And so when I started digging further into it, this is what I've come up with. And so I'm going to give it to the nation. And you guys, those of you who are working with this, see what you can come up with. I'm not giving any answers. If you have any questions, and I can answer them, I will. But I'm not, based on my expertise, my knowledge, I'm not the one to answer this, because where I get things is I get them from a lot of my information from just downloads, and I'm pointed in the direction that I'm supposed to go with certain things. When it came to me finding out information about me, I still don't have all of it, but I have a lot of it. It was given to me in one of the dreams that I had that really wasn't a dream. And I'll go into that with you guys later on, because I'm just not really getting clarity on that. But I wanted to leave you guys with this. Just look at it and see what you come up with. All right. So I'm putting nothing else with it. I love you guys. I really do love you guys. I do. Just remember this. We all come from different tribes. Our ancestors had different knowledge. And so it was all spread out. They took the basic information, was taken and given to every nation in a different way. So when you get something different, or you read something different from what you know it to be, a lot of times, it's because the information came from a different tribe, from a different perspective. But based on what the downloads we're getting now, the knowledge we're getting now, we're trying to piece everything together. So just be at peace with whatever you get, whatever knowledge you get. Just be at peace with it, and look into it, and thank your ancestors for everything, and the divine for everything that you're getting, and just work it with what's going on now. Okay. So just be at peace. Don't find struggle and conflict and chaos, because there has been a lot of chaos energy, and people seem to think that you got to have that chaos energy. And I just really started getting clarity on that as well. So there's going to be chaos energy, because there's been so much wickedness. We're trying to come out of that chaos energy, but it's a gradual thing. And the earth, Tara, Gaia, Armentia, it has to heal itself in order to get through the chaos that's been put out there. So we're in a transition phase right now, and energy has been transmuted from all of these planets. So just go with it and just be at peace. All right. All praises. Ah, much love, gratitude to the divine, to the great I am that I am, and the Hamashiach. Much love, much love, much love, angelic family. And peace unto you, Gentiles. And I said peace unto you Gentiles, so don't be offended by that, because right now my focus really is on the angelics. It really is. It has to be, because we have been through so much. And so I need to let the Gentiles work through whatever the Gentiles need to work through. And I have to really, really focus on the angelics, the nation of um, the light beings, those who are trying to get through the false light. Okay. So please don't be offended. Peace unto you, Gentiles. Much love, much love, much love into my angelic family.